Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Dad's Expensive Hobby.
What's up?
Today we are taking a look at the SH Figuarts Shallot from Dragonball Legends. Full disclosure, I have never played Dragonball Legends. I don't really know much about it. I know it's some kind of time power tournament kind of a deal going on. That's about it. I did a little bit of homework about Mr. Shallot here, so I know enough about him to talk about him. And of course, I know enough about Dragon Ball to talk about that. So I think that knowledge alone will get us through the review. Before I get carried away, I do want to tell you to keep an eye out for my next video, which will be of his twin brother Giblet that came with him in the mail. I guess these two were they were sold separately but shipped together, and I have no problem with that. Anyways, back to Shallot. This is an interesting figure to say the least. There is quite a bit to unpack. There are some things I like about it, and there are some things that I'm kind of scratching my head about. But before we get into anything, is this a figure that you all wanted, that just everybody kind of needed in figure form? Is he that popular? Tell me down in the comments. But anyways, let's jump into Shallot right here, because there, like I said, is a lot to talk about. Let's start with his package, because it is a nice one. I really like how Bandai did this packaging. Of course, it's got the nice window on the front there showing us everything inside with the figure front and center, but they've kind of went with a black kind of background as opposed to their normal kind of white background, and I like that. That makes this package stand out pretty well. I like the picture they've chosen. It says Dragon Ball Legends 7th anniversary right there, and on the back it's typical SH Figuarts stuff. They could have utilized the space some more, but the images they chose were pretty good. So overall, nice package. Let's get him off the stand really quick and see how tall he is, because I'm kind of curious, and then we'll move on from there. To the top of his head, he is right at 6 inches exactly, but down his hairline, he is about 5 1/4, which will make the whole figure, not quite 15.5 centimeters, just north of 15 centimeters. He kind of looks a little bit smaller than Goku, but we'll see here in just a second. Let's get him next to some other figures and see how they all look. And first up, I've got him here with the SH Figuarts Lowest Born Saiyan Goku. And I was correct. Goku is just a little bit taller than him by maybe 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch taller. And that's no big deal. Then maybe the character's supposed to be like that, but I think it looks good. Next, here he is with a Marvel Legends Boxer's Deadpool right there. And of course, the Marvel Legends is going to be taller. They're always taller than the SH Figuarts. And I wanted to stand him next to a Jada figure right here within the form of the Ultra Street Fighter 2 Blanka. And of course, Blanka is going to be bigger than him, but I just thought that looked really good. And here he is with my second favorite line, the Storm Arena Ryu right here. And of course, Ryu's taller, and I think that looks pretty good as well. Lastly, my favorite figure on planet Earth, the SH Figuarts Full Power Broly. I absolutely love it, because it doesn't really matter if their scales are right or not, because Broly's kind of like the Hulk. You can slide his height up and down, and it's either way, you're right. Anyways, let's move on. Now, aesthetic-wise, to glance at this figure, you'd think, okay, he looks really cool. And I think me and probably other people too are drawn in by the fact that his Saiyan armor is different than what we're used to. You know, this guy, I guess he's like an ancient Saiyan that wore armor prior or pre, Frieza Force type of armor. And it does look cool. It's got kind of a Roman look, with this little stuff down through here. My problem is there's no paint really anywhere on this figure. And where there is paint, it's kind of frigged up. It doesn't look that good. But let's just start with the overall look of him. His proportions are good. I like that. His muscularity is a little, almost kind of boxy, like his biceps are a little boxed off. His pecs, they're narrow a little bit in my opinion, just that I think that has a lot to do with the way they cut in for the butterfly. We'll go over that more in the articulation. His face plates, where I am not familiar with the game or anything really, I'm going to say they look all right. They look a little ambiguous and generic in a lot of ways, but I guess I'll just kind of have to get over. And the face just feels a little bit small. The hair sculpt, very nice. I really like the hair sculpt a lot. Lots of detail, and it's very distinct, and I like it. I like the color that they went with. I didn't dig out my Unwavering Saiyan Pride Vegeta to see if the colors match on those two. I know this doesn't match the other Super Saiyan Blue Goku, but I like it. It looks really good. That kind of metallic, pearlescent kind of blue looks really good. The blues, He's got different color blues. Like this blue on the chest plate here is slightly different than the blue that's like around his little skirt pieces, I guess you'd say. But the wrist pieces and the skirt pieces and this match. But the chest piece, just to me, it could be my light, feel a little bit darker. And if you look here on the box, it shows his underclothing or whatever as being black. In person, this looks like a really dark gray to me. Not a super big problem, but it's just Bandai loves to do that. Oh, and why on the box do they have him with his base form head, but in the box itself, like the figure comes with the Super Saiyan blue hair? Why do they do shit like that? Anyways. Furthermore, the plastic on his arms and legs, it's one shiny, no shading at all in it, and it's kind of cheap looking. It just, the plastic itself just doesn't look the same. Look at the plastic here. Ignore the skin tones, because I actually don't have a problem with the skin tone. Ignore the skin tones, but the plastic in hand looks a little bit cheaper than the plastic that they used, on that lowest born Saiyan Goku right there. And speaking of skin, he's got some different colored skin. The skin color for the plastic they used on his faceplate doesn't match the arms or legs. The arms and legs match, but the face does not. The paint that they put on the neck right here does not match the face. And right here on the shoulders, I can tell by looking at this that the shoulders are actually this gray plastic that they have just painted skin color on, and they did it terribly. They pulled a Marvel Legends on us in this arena, and I am not very happy with it at all. And I'm positive the camera is showing you that. That does not look good at all. Not at all. But something that kind of redeems the arms is I like how they I don't know if that's paint or how they did that, but the inside of the elbows right here is the same color as the undershirt part of the wrist gauntlets. So that's kind of a redeeming feature. If I guess you could say I'm stretching a little bit, I'm looking for things to be happy about right now.
Help me!
The blues definitely need something. They are bare plastic. That kind of sucks, especially the boots. The boots are kind of giving me a Marvel Legends feel where they are just bare plastic. There is paint on the little silver eyelets around the belt. It's done okay. There's little silver eyelets on the wrist gauntlets, and they look okay too. And there's some silver down here on the boots that's done well enough, I suppose. But we've got to do something with these boots and this. It's very flat looking. And I don't mean like flat finish. It's flat, like there's just no life to it. Turn it around here to the back. There's some nice detail as far as the sculpt of the back, but again, it looks very flat and plasticky with no paint or anything on it. The tail is sculpted fantastically. I really, really like it. And this is a big, broad, thick, long tail. If they'd have put a wash or some dry brush on that tail would look really good. Also, speaking of tail, they have painted some ass skin on him back here, if you can see that. I suppose that is how his pants would work, but that would feel weird to me with a breeze blowing by with the back of your pants open like that. But I don't know if Bandai took some liberties or if that's straight from the source material. Somebody tell me down in the comments. And the blacks need something. They're very just plasticky and flat. So like I said at the very beginning, at a glance, he looks good, but then when you really start to look at him, it's like, man, they didn't really do much for us with this guy. And this guy was expensive. Shit, he was $90 before taxes and stuff. Luckily, there was free shipping, I'm pretty sure, going on for him and his brother. But the paint, the paint they did sucks. We got some multicolored blue. We got some different shades of skin tone from the face to the arms and legs. Not so hot so far. Now for accessories. He comes with a pretty piss poor spread of accessories for a $90 figure. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. But he comes with two different head sculpts. He comes with a Super Saiyan blue head sculpt on him in the package, and the hair sculpt on it looks really, really good. With the blue head sculpt, you do get two face plates. He comes with a serious face on him in the package and an open mouth yelling face. Both of them are done okay, I suppose. Now, he also has a base form head sculpt that also looks equally good, and it comes with two face plates as well. It has a serious face, and it's got a teeth gritting face, and all 4 of them are okay, I guess. He also comes with 8 different hands, 2 fist hands on him in the package, and then 6 open style pose hands. Nothing we haven't seen before, and honestly, they're really not done that well. He also comes with 2 different colored tails. He comes with the Super Saiyan blue tail on him in the package, and it's got a black tail, which is the first time we've ever seen that, and it looks pretty good as well. And that is it. That is all we get for $90 plus tax.
Surprise.
That's not so awesome, and that definitely reinforces that premium Bandai does not mean premium quality. Now, for articulation, this guy doesn't move bad. He's not like my favorite, most articulated figure, but he doesn't move bad. He's got a neck joint down here that does move pretty decently. I mean, it's not the best moving neck ever, but you can get some side to side and front to back, so I do like that. And the head will tilt and look up a little bit for you, even though you do get a little bit of lollipop action, if you can kind of see that right there. But you can kind of push it in, and of course, it'll look down really well as well, and you can go side to side. Problem I have here, everybody brace yourself, is they put him on a freaking ball hinge.
What the fucking fuck?
Why are we doing that? We spent $90 on this premium Bandai figure, and what do we get for our trouble? The ball hinge shimmy. Thank you so much, Bandai. That was so nice of you. And also, if you want to see the gift that keeps on giving here, I noticed while I was doing some stuff a second ago, that the head sculpts, the face plates are keyed differently on them. So you can't even like mix and match the face plates if you just wanted to play around and see how it looked. You can't. Thank you so much, Bandai. That was super duper nice of you. Very considerate. Why would we want to do what we want to do with a figure that we paid $100 for? Anyways, shoulders. Above 90 degrees, I like that all day long. Of course, full 360. Now, let's get back to this butterfly that we were talking about here a minute ago, because it's a very similar shoulder design to that newest Goku figure, and I actually kind of like that. So the arms will come across the body really nicely there. You can cross them over more or less. That's pretty good. And no gapping. Well, a little bit of gap right there, but not that big a deal. You can just kind of push it in. No big deal. So the shoulders, pretty darn decent. I don't have a problem with the way they did the shoulders. Maybe that long, tall cut right there makes these pecs look a little narrow, but other than that, it's not that big of a deal. Bicep swivel, it does work. It's really tight because this is one of those bicep swivels. It's like sculpted around it, so when it moves, it catches the sculpt of the shoulder and makes it kind of hard to move, but you can do it. It's not like super duper impeded. Double jointed elbow, of course, way past 90, not the most range we've ever seen, especially for a small guy. I think we probably should get a little bit more, but I'm not going to complain. And the elbow don't look bad. And again, they painted right through there, so that's pretty cool. I like that little small piece of attention to detail. As far as the wrists, they are on ball hinges like normal. He's got gauntlets, so slight impediment, but you're going to move them, how you want, and of course your rotation. Torso here. Double ball peg in here, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's a hinge. It might be a hinge. I'm not breaking him apart to find out. But you get some crunch just on that. The back looks weird, the way they've sculpted the actual abdomen part. That looks really weird, and I don't really know why they needed to do that. But the abdomen does work. It won't lean back all that well. A little bit, not too much, but you will get some twist and lean out of it. Ball peg down here in the waist, so it'll add a little bit, and of course you get your twist out of it, so you'll pretty much be able to get him in whatever kind of position you want. This is free floating, of course, and these are all flexible plastics, so they don't impede anything. Now, a highlight of his articulation besides the shoulders, the hips. Moves really, really well. No crotch nuggets or nothing. Very, very well done, Bandai. This is also a soft plastic piece down here. I wanted to point that out real quick. Front kick, very good as well. I really like that. And just like I said, this is a soft piece. They did sculpt a little bit of a booty on him, but we looked at it earlier. But the leg will still kick back because of the soft piece. I am happy to see Bandai adopting that principle. It's very, very nice. They've got a thigh swivel up here, that thigh swivels. But he's also got a thigh cut down here that's hidden nicely by the bottom of his shorts. So you can get some extra movement there. So that's not too bad. Double jointed knee. Plenty of range, and the proportions look pretty good. That knee doesn't look bad. Again, a nice attention to detail right there, showing the socks or whatever that they would call that underneath the boot that he would wear. So that's not too shabby. I like that. The ankle is a ball hinge down here. And, you know, typical Bandai, it's not going to give you the most, but you'll get a little bit of down. Not very much up at all, and you do get a little bit of rocker. The ankle is not the greatest. The rocker actually works more out than it does in, but whatever. No peg holes. And of course, he's got a toe hinge that I am never going to be a fan of, but that's not that horrible all at the same time, because I guess I've kind of become desensitized to how bad Bandai's toe hinges are. So overall, his articulation isn't bad. I would have liked to have seen them done some different things, especially in the neck and the way they did the actual stomach portion of the torso. The way they sculpted that when he leans forward, that's just got kind of a weird shelfy kind of look. But beyond that, he does move pretty good. Final thoughts on the SH Figuarts Shallot from Dragon Ball Legends. This figure, I told you at the beginning, I don't really know what to make of it. I went in with a little bit higher expectations than he kind of lived up to, but I think that is definitely 100% Bandai's fault. They dropped the ball, fucked up some paint, didn't match some skin tones, and just didn't deliver with some good, good accessories and stuff. His articulation, very good. I'm proud of it. I like the head sculpts. Both sets are very nice, and he just gives us some things we've never seen before, as far as like the different colored tails and stuff, and a new look for the Saiyan armor. So I like that. Overall, though, he is a disappointment again at $90 for what he comes with and the jacked up paint and stuff. I'm going to give him a C. You definitely do not need this figure unless you just Dragon Ball Legends is your life and you just have to have these two figures. Don't buy him, especially if you didn't get him on Premium Bandai. You are going to pay well over $100 plus on this figure. So to me, that's personally not worth it. Anyways, be sure and check out my Giblet video to be out in the next day or so. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And with all that said, this has been Dad with Dad's Expensive Hobby, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.